Hi Gemini, welcome to the messages you need right now. So if you want to book your own personal messages you need right now, check it out in the description box below on my website. It's on deal this week. If you want to join the membership, you can. So I'm going to be really focused on the membership from now on, not so much YouTube, etc. It's why you haven't seen me. Say hello in the comment section for all me real ones. Hopefully you're missing me, but just hi, and I hope you're doing well. Comment below, let me know how you are, like the video, and come and join the membership. You can join the free membership, you can join the tier membership, check everything out below. So I want to do a reading at this time just because the energies are super intense. Like the collective energy is super intense, but I do think in our individual lives there is also a lot going on. So a big message I got for Gemini is the Seven of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles. There's two sides of this. Seven of Cups is a person who's living a disassociated life. In other words, the life they're living is not who they are. They're living in a place, they're living around people, they're in a relationship, they're in a job. But the problem with this is it's not your people, it's not your place, it's not your person. So Seven of Cups can often be people who are disassociated, in other words, they're disconnected from their own soul, their own spirit. But it can also be somebody who is disassociating. So this is somebody who's leaning a lot on alcohol, drugs, maybe TikTok scrolling, anything that's basically taking them away from what they need to confront, what they need to deal with. So we do have the Ten of Pentacles coming up there, which is around governments, it's around the bigger collective things that are taking place that are going to affect every single person. So I did hear a strong message, which is get your head out of your ass. Now is not the time to be disassociating. I do think it's a very painful time for a lot of people, and I do think for the collective. So, but there's also a flip side of this coin, which is the Seven of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles can be somebody who, if they apply just even a quarter of what they're capable of, the money, the stability, the success that they're going to achieve is crazy. And I've just heard a strong message which said the time is now. So I think there's two sides of that. The time is now to go after everything you deserve and everything you're capable of. Like, it's because you had the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. The good side of these cards are that you've got so much that if you really ground yourself, Ace of Pentacles, and you really put your mind to it, some of you need to work on your root chakra. But if you really put your mind to it, what you're going to achieve is going to be crazy. Because the energies right now are eclipses, the fundamental changes in our life, things that need to be stripped away, things that need to end, things that need to change. So it's very powerful time. So the seeds you plant now can be far-reaching. They can bring a lot of money, a lot of success, a lot of stability. You can reconnect with your true self. There's also a flip side of this coin, which is for those who are disassociating, the numbing out, whatever that might be for you. It could be food, drugs, alcohol, whatever. Social media is another addiction. They're saying, get your head out of your ass. And the reason for this is because so much has taken place, so many changes. People are moving lots of pieces on the chessboard, and you need to be able to protect yourself in the changes that are taking place. So some of years, the other side of the coin is you've got to do some things that you don't necessarily want to do. Some of years are clinging on for dear life to a house, a place, a person. Some of years know for a fact you're fucking lying. It's like, this is not me, right? It's either pain now or pain down the road. But it's better to do it now than down the road because it's going to be much more painful later. So we do have the Temperance. Temperance is all about listening to yourself. So the Temperance is somebody who leans on the core of who they are. Some of you, to get through this, whatever your personal challenge is, you're going to have to go back to the core of who you are. Not listening to your mind, not listening to your fears, not listening to the collective, going back to who the fuck you know you are deep inside you. It's also for the Geminis who are doubting themselves. You are being tested. We all know. We all know. Okay? We know. Right? And I hear they know that you know. That they know that you know. So, you know what I'm talking about, right? But we're not going to go there now. This is about you are being tested. Some of you are in the fight of your life. Some of you are checking out of life. Some of you are kind of giving up on yourself. But the message here is that if you go back to the core of who you are, if you go back to past challenges, things that you didn't think you'd be able to recover from or make it through, you did. And it's because you stepped into the core of who you are. Temperance is also about, there's also a flip side to this coin, which is you don't give a fuck. Bitch, watch me, chat, live through me. I don't care. Like, some of you Geminis are in such a powerful place where it's like, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to do what makes me healthy. I'm going to do what makes me happy. Right? Some of years you've kind of got to this place because you've made too many concessions. You've moved away from who you are. Maybe the dog is all bark, no bite, right? But I do think that some of you Geminis, it's time to make that change. Again, it's not about other people. Look at the state of the place. Look at the world. Look at what people are doing. People are just, for what? You know, they're selling out at every turn. Don't do that. Right now's the time for Gemini to remember you're full of gifts, you're full of talent. You don't need to step on anybody. That's not you. But you need to start working on your healing, your balance. You need to start working on your money. You need to start seeing how what is taking place collectively is going to affect you. And some of yours, it's time to stop being disconnected. In other words, you've got to deal with stuff. It's not going away. So maybe it's you've got to heal to find that love relationship. Maybe it's you've got to deal with debt. There's something that Gemini is doing where you're being told it's time to stop dissonant, stop disconnecting and just deal with it, okay? I do think that the cards are very, very powerful though. They're saying if you do level up at this time, like the rewards are going to be great, okay? Six of Swords. But this transition has to happen. Six of Swords is a person who has to go through something that they don't either want to go through or they're not ready to go through. But the message here is it's got to be done. If you want this new life, if you want this health, if you want this way of life, money, success, it's got to be done. So the Six of Swords is someone who's charting into unknown territory. What they're going into is something that they're not prepared for or something that's unknown or unfamiliar, but it's got to happen, Gemini. Okay. Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is all the conflict, all the chaos that most people are living in. The Five of Wands is like people who are full of drama, people who are full of conflict, right? Five of Wands is about, maybe this is people around you who are trying to cause conflict and confliction and problems. But I think that's a lot of people. Because when you get to a life where you're just kind of disconnected and you're bored and you're unfulfilled, well, what else are you going to do? Okay, so Gemini is being told you need to watch the company you're keeping. You need to be aware of what is going on around you, and it's time to take accountability. Okay, but I think that this is really good. Some of you, I think the motivation is just like, you can't do this anymore. It's like, I can't be in this place. I can't be around these people. I can't be this version. Like, fuck this. I'd rather go for it all and fall on my face than stay here. So some of you, I actually think it's powerful. In other words, where you currently are is super fucking motivational to get you to at least try to get something better than where you are. So I do think it's good. Because Knight of Pentacles reverse came up, which is someone who's just stagnant, someone who just, what they're in is providing absolutely nothing. So it could be, for example, you're in a relationship, but the relationship is just unfulfilling, it's just boring. Some of you are in a job, you know, it's just the whole thing is just mundane, it's just soul destroying. So I'm going to say that I actually think this is a very inspiring read for Gemini if you're willing to take it. The universe, this energy has given you something, but are you willing to take it? Right? And it is going to mean going through all the chaos, the distraction, the feeling uncomfortable, etc. But you can do it.